Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. If I could have your attention, please. This is a new format we're trying out, so we appreciate everybody kind of checking it out, new style. It gave us the ability to get additional people in this room, so thank you very much for understanding and working with us as we figure this out. But with that, I want to welcome you to the 41st Annual Mayor's State of the City Address presented by the Concord Chamber and the City of Concord. So we really appreciate it. If you're seated, please stand and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So with that, I would like to thank today's sponsors. Our title sponsor is Travis Credit Union, and then we have our presenting sponsors with the Workforce Development Board and Red Dog Fast Signs. So we really appreciate your support. And then all of our Chairman's Circle sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be able to kind of do what we do. And we appreciate their support as well, and all of your support.
Thank you so much again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's program featuring the City of Concord Mayor, Laura Nakamura. My name is Tim McGallion, and many of you may know me and may know you as the friendly State Farm agent, but also I have the honor of serving as Chairman of the Board of Directors for the Concord Chamber of Commerce. And what a fantastic organization this is. I do want to give a shout out to all of the members of the board. If you're on our board right now, please raise your hand. Thank you to every one of those that helped make the chamber possible. What about our ambassadors? Do we have our ambassadors in the room? Ambassadors, please. Thank you for all that you do as well. All right? This event cannot be put on, and all the events we do cannot be put on without our amazing ambassador staff and our chamber board and our chamber staff. Kevin, Amy, William, thank you for everything you guys do. All right. So the Concord Chamber of Commerce is not just keeping pace with change. We are leading it. As economic champions of economic growth, innovation, and community collaboration, we are committed to shaping the future of Concord's business landscape. Our mission is to create an environment where we and our members thrive through increased economic activity and stronger community connections. I am proud to say that the Chamber has seen remarkable growth recently with increased member participation and engagement across the board. The energy is specifically evident at our first Friday Coffee and Connect meetings. How many of you love those? Where our turnout just continues to grow, reflecting the vibrant and connected business community we are building together. Our strong partnership with the City of Concord empowers us to deliver valuable programs, support workforce development, and enhance economic vitality. Whether it's through business advocacy, sustainable initiatives, or networking opportunities, the Greater Concord Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to helping businesses not just adapt, but truly thrive in today's changing world. So, now it's time to hear from the mayor. Mayor Nakamura was elected to the Concord City Council in 2022, served as vice mayor in 25, and in December was selected by her colleagues to serve as mayor for 2026. Mayor Nakamura connection to Concord began early as her and her brothers all marched with Concord Blue Devils, one of Concord's most celebrated performing arts organizations with an international reputation and for drum and bugle excellence. How many people know about the Concord Blue Devils? So, Mayor Nakamura has called Concord home since 1988, where she raised her family, coached youth soccer, and saw both of her children graduate from Clayton Valley High School. She remains active in her church community, and these experiences continue to shape her commitment to Concord. Laura's day job is in healthcare. She has over 35 years in the field of cardiology, caring for both adults and children. She currently specializes in pediatrics. Over the course of her career, it's estimated that she's seen over 25,000 hearts. Mayor Nakamura's civic engagement began in a bike lane in 2016. She started commuting by bike and soon became an advocate for safer streets, encouraging others to give it a try and championing the infrastructure needed to make walking and biking safe and accessible in Concord. Prior to being elected, Laura served as Concord's Community Services Commission. In addition to her role as the Concord mayor, she also serves on a number of other regional bodies, including Contra Costa LAFCO, MCE, Clean Energy Executive Committee and the Board of Directors, and the John Muir Health Community Foundation. She also helped chair Concord's 11-member Homeless Strategic Plan and Working Group. Laura holds a Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations, a minor in Marketing from San Jose State University, and later went on to train in echocardiography at City College of San Francisco. So please join me in welcoming Mayor Laura Nakamura.
Thank you, everyone. I actually have one brother and two sisters, and it's echocardiography. It's a big, long word, but I look at hearts all day doing cardiac ultrasound. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tim, for the wonderful introduction. So, welcome, everyone, to this city, State of the City presentation. It is a great honor to stand before you tonight as we celebrate the real progress Concord is making. Thank you all for being here. There's a traditional greeting among the Maasai tribe people in East Africa that has stuck with me ever since I first heard it during the pandemic. When they meet, they don't begin with small talk. They don't say, "How are you?" They ask one simple question, one profound question. Kasarian Ingera, and how are the children? And the response is, Sapati Ingera, the children are well. Not just my children, not just your children, but all of the children. And because in that culture, the well-being of children reflects the well-being of the entire community, it means they are safe, they are cared for, they are valued, and it means society is doing what it is meant to do. And so I've been thinking, if that question, what would it look like if we asked it here, every day, in every space, and how are the children? Would it shape our priorities? Would it shape our decisions? Would it remind us who we are responsible for, not just individually, but collectively? So before I begin, I want to introduce some people in the room and thank them for being here. These are some special guests that I have here today. From Concord High School, Lizelle Talosig, captain of the championship girls wrestling team. Lizelle is a senior. She's wrestled for Concord High School all 4 years and was a state qualifier as well. From Ignacio Valley High School, we've got Gabrielle Love and Riley Garcia and Althea Vivar. All of them are part of the Project 212 robotics team. And Althea is the Chief Technology Officer, and she's also president of the Interact Club, sponsored by Concord Rotary. I know we have a lot of Rotarians here in the room. From Mount Diablo High School, we've got some cheerleaders in the room, Emily, Mildred, and Ashley. One of them is also from HOSA, the Future Healthcare Professionals, and I think it's Ashley is part of Latino Unidos. And so they are here representing Mount Diablo High School. From De La Salle High School, I've got Joseph Bubar, and he is also the president of his Interact Club from the Concord Diablo Rotary Club is the sponsor there. From Clayton Valley High School, Sethu Ramu, a member of the robotics program at Clayton Valley Charter, and also a scout with Troop 444, and a bike safety advocate. And two others from Clayton Valley Charter High School, Jonah Smith and Salvador Zelaya. They are sophomores, and they are in the Arts and Media program. They are working on their homework tonight, and so you may see them roaming around with a camera, and that's who they are, and I'm glad to have them here tonight. There's one other individual who I cannot forget. I am forever grateful to my top fan and supporter and partner in all things, Greg Colley. And he's over here being shy. As mayor, I'm proud to be serving alongside my colleagues on the City Council, Vice Mayor Dominic Aliano, and council members Pablo Benavente, Laura Hoffmeister, and Carlin Obrigger. Concord also has an elected treasurer, Patty Barsati, who's here tonight. And the City Council is a policy-making body. It's the executive team that does the hard work of putting those policies into practice and maintaining the services and programs of the organization. Here in Concord, we have an amazing team of professionals that manage the day-to-day operations of the city, led by our city manager, Valerie Baroni. Our executive team, from left to right, and they are, some of them, most of them are here in the room. We've got Assistant City Manager Justin Azell, and if you might want to give a wave when I call your name, Director of Human Resources Jasmine Loy, Valerie Baroni, City Manager, Director of Recreation Services Steve Voorhees, Community Relations Manager Colleen Awad, Police Chief Mark Bustios, a City Attorney Suzanne Brown, City Clerk Joelle Faulkner, Director of Finance Margaret O'Brien, Director of Economic Development and Base Reuse is Guy Bierke, Director of Community Development is Mindy Gentry, Director of Information Technology Greg Taylor, I did flip the two if anyone was paying attention, left to right, and Director of Public Works, Kit Jory. Our city manager, Valerie, will be retiring this year after nearly 18 years with the city, 14 of which were as city manager. Earlier this month, the council recognized Valerie when Concord hosted the Contra Costa Mayors Conference at Center Concord. We were joined also by 3 former mayors and a friendly State Farm agent. Please join me in thanking Valerie for her commitment to Concord. The council is working to have someone in place before she leaves in June, and the council has entered into a period of thoughtful discernment as we begin the process of selecting Concord's next city manager. This is an important moment for our city, and we're committed to approaching it with care, collaboration, and shared commitment, a shared commitment to Concord's future. So let's start off by talking and taking stock of the financial health of the city. Briefly, while we have been making strides to put the city on a solid financial foundation, like virtually all local governments, we are grappling with uncertain budgetary times. Over the last decade, the City Council has worked to establish fiscal stability, and that has required some sacrifices. Since the Great Recession in 2008, the Council has downsized the workforce by 20% and streamlined operations. And the voters passed Measure V, a local sales tax measure to support essential city services and infrastructure. Even with these efforts, the city is operating with a structural deficit. The adopted biennial budget plans for the use of $2.4 million in reserves this year and $2.9 million in reserves next year. And while this council is successfully maintaining reserve levels above the city's minimum threshold of 17%, continued use of the reserves is not sustainable. Despite careful budgeting, the city's major revenues are growing too slowly to cover service demands and cost increases. Changes in how and where people work and shop have resulted in flat sales tax, modest property growth, and hotel occupancy tax revenues that are still below pre-pandemic levels. Our current budget, are we up on current budget now? Our current budget maintains community services and all current full-time jobs. We have kept our workforce stable so that we can continue to provide the services the community needs. Downtown economic development, public safety, capital improvements. We're also taking steps to reduce expenses. $2.2 million was cut from a variety of line items and departments from the general fund, and these were permanent cuts. $1.2 million of general fund costs were transferred to other appropriate funds that are not the general fund, so things like the gas tax, the golf course, the pavilion, and sewer. And there are other general fund expenditures that have been permanently reduced by more than $3 million. I'm pleased to share that we've created a new residential roadway maintenance team, which will start in July. And the city has, yes, that deserves some applause. Thank you. So that'll start in July. The city has taken on performing its own residential roadway maintenance rather than contracting it out. And the changes expect to double the amount of patch paving done every year for the same cost. We've also added a construction inspector and a senior civil engineer. Previously, those positions were contracted out. So that will translate to higher service levels at lower costs for the city. Even with these cuts, the service improvements, the city also has significant infrastructure funding challenges. To maintain 311 miles of roads, 18 parks, medians, and buildings, the city needs to annually invest in over $24 million more than it currently has. To ensure Concord's long-term fiscal health for both operations and infrastructure, we're going to need more than short-term fixes. And that's why we've set the development of an infrastructure and investment plan as a council Tier 1 priority for this fiscal year and next. The Infrastructure and Finance Committee, which is made up of council members Aliano and Hoffmeister, has been actively working on this plan, and the committee intends to present it to the full council soon. The plan will include ideas for council and community consideration on how to increase resources available for infrastructure investments. Starting this week, the city will seek your input, a survey. You can take the survey at cityofconcord.org/priorities. The city isn't alone in facing these fiscal challenges. Concord is in a much better situation than many other cities, but this doesn't minimize the fiscal challenges we face as a community. So let's talk about our revenue sources. A majority of the revenues come from property taxes, general sales taxes, and Measure V sales taxes. In 2020, Concord voters approved Measure V, which created a stable, locally controlled revenue source that continues to support infrastructure, public safety, and quality of life investments. Measure V funds remain an important part of our fiscal picture. Sales taxes. Where do sales taxes actually go? For every dollar spent in Concord, 2 cents goes to the city. The rest of the sales tax goes to the state, to the county, and to BART for much needed public transit. I just want to stop real quick here and ask how many people shop Concord? Thank you, all right. It's an important place to shop. The City Council is fully committed to the success of our local entrepreneurs and business owners, and we are taking action to ensure Concord remains a premier destination for commerce. To turn this vision into reality, my colleagues and I proactively passed the Economic Development Strategic Plan this past December. This isn't just a policy, it's a roadmap for growth. We are aggressively pursuing 3 key pillars to revitalize our economy. Number 1, we're forging meaningful partnerships. We are expanding our capacity to provide exceptional hands-on services by collaborating with industry leaders and community stakeholders. We're cultivating a thriving business environment. We are actively streamlining processes to make doing business in Concord easier, faster, and more rewarding than ever. And we're also defining the Concord brand. We are establishing a high-impact identity for our city, a brand that signals to the world and to the Bay Area that Concord is the place to invest, innovate, and grow. QR codes for the strategic plan and other surveys that I mentioned today will be on one of the last slides today. So now, let's turn to quality of life and community events. They're all very important to us, and I want you to please enjoy this brief video.
Thank you for choosing Concord. It's a great place to live, work, and play, and we have some of the friendliest community members in town.
As the largest city in Contra Costa County, Concord proudly combines big city amenities with a welcoming small town feel. Nestled near the foothills of Mount Diablo, we're fortunate to be surrounded by natural beauty while offering vibrant spaces where our community can gather, connect, and thrive. From year-round community events to endless recreation opportunities, Concord is a place where people come together. Our recreation services offer something for everyone, from cornhole to dancing and everything in between. Our business community continues to grow and innovate, from a state-of-the-art hospital to beloved family-owned restaurants that have served international cuisine for generations. Not only are we a shopping destination, but Concord continues to serve unique experiences ranging from concerts, escape rooms, disc golf, pickleball, and a drive-in movie theater, and so much more. We're investing in our future, building new playgrounds, expanding bike lanes, and creating more opportunities for residents and visitors to explore, connect, and enjoy all that Concord has to offer. Whether you're an art lover, a sports fan, a puzzle solver, a musician, or a pinball enthusiast, Concord truly has something for everyone. So most of the credit there goes to James Rael for his terrific video. I was just a prop. James, you've done a great job capturing Concord in under 5 minutes, and all that you've showcased, all that Concord is. It's a great place, and all the things that we can do to play in Concord. So the good news on the economic front is that businesses continue to put down roots here in Concord, and these are just a few of the businesses that have joined our community over the past year. If you're in the room with us today, welcome to Doing Business in Concord. One of the other things that makes Concord great is our strengths. One of our greatest strengths is the network of civic groups and community-based organizations that power our community from the ground up. They are problem solvers, connectors, and advocates driven by a deep commitment to the people of this city. Their work doesn't just support our community, it helps define who we are. A couple notes about some of the organizations on this slide. Cocoa Kids is celebrating 50 years. So May 2nd is their event, and they have been providing services connecting families with children to child care providers, and doing the same, connecting child care providers to families for great access to wonderful child care for our children in the community. Also on the slide, the Community Youth Center, CYC, home of sports and academics. For youth, they will celebrate a grand reopening after a major remodel, and that I believe is on May 9th. And the Concord Ambassadors, our sister city organization, they are in the planning stages already for a trip to Kitakami, Japan in 2029. So thank you to all those organizations who make our city wonderful. So we can't talk about future economic growth without talking about the former Concord Naval Weapons Station. We're making good progress in turning this 80-year-old Navy base into a new and vibrant part of Concord. Much of the current work takes place behind the scenes, and this includes significant progress towards completion of negotiations with the United States Navy and Brookfield Properties. They are working on the terms and the price of an economic development transfer of the land. We're also on track to complete the specific plan and development agreement by April 2028. We anticipate hitting some of these major milestones this year, so stay tuned for some announcements in the coming months. It's also important to review the current status of one of Concord's most significant future landmarks. The land for Thurgood Marshall Regional Park, home of the Port Chicago 50, was conveyed to the East Bay Regional Park District a few years ago. This transfer was monumental. It was a step in transforming the former Concord Naval Weapons Station into a world-class recreational and historical destination. The Park District is now moving actively into next phases, and plans are currently in the process for site development, public access, and preserving history, establishing a site that honors the legacy of the Port Chicago 50 and the civil rights leadership of Thurgood Marshall. Fun fact, A recent analysis concluded that for every $1 invested in an East Bay Regional Park, $4 are returned to the local economy. So we fully support the South of Bailey Access Project and believe, like the entire park, it will help bring substantial long-term economic and health benefits to both the local economy, the local community, and the broader East Bay region. The South of Bailey Road Public Access Project is an important feature of this, and it's something that Concord residents ask me a lot about. The Access Project is part of the 2020 Thurgood Marshall Regional Park Land Use Plan, and it focuses on improving public access while protecting natural environment, creating parking and amenities, and picnic amenities, developing trail loops from existing roads and rail lines, and adding interpretive features highlighting history and stewardship and restoring habitat by removing roads that impede wildlife movement. In February, we heard a presentation from the Park District about the plans and the funding needed and to open this portion of the park south of Bailey Road. The council directed staff to collaborate with the district in pursuing funding from the federal and state and foundation resources. So let's talk about roads. I know many of you have noticed that a lot of major roads in Concord have been resurfaced over the last few months, and it's a wonderful thing, right? Over the past several years, largely thanks to Measure V, the city has made major investments in improving local roads and signal technology. These efforts are focused on making travel across town safer, smoother, and more reliable for everyone, and we're also seeing improvements in our pavement condition index. We've got another video from James. Cue it up. Yeah, how's that? How's that for curb appeal, Concord, right? So I want to thank staff for doing all of that heavy lifting of getting our roads in great shape, which is a huge quality of life improvement for all of us. In addition to our roads, we are also improving the signal coordination. Concord is moving towards more adaptive signals, which detect vehicles in real time and adjust every cycle. Green lights will last longer when traffic is heavy, and they'll be shorter when it's light. So the roads work smarter, not harder. The results will be less time waiting at red lights, obviously, but also fewer collisions, lower emissions, and faster travel times. Currently, Willow Pass Road has fully operational adaptive signal control. Treat Boulevard will come online next, and once Treat is completed, Clayton Road will be upgraded. Yeah. In addition to better signal timing, we're always working to make our streets safer. The city is in the process of developing a comprehensive safety action plan, which is Concord's plan to systematically eliminate traffic deaths and serious injuries on our streets. You can all help. We need your public input. And there's a survey available at Concord Street, Safe Streets, concordsafestreets.org, or the QR code that we'll show at the end of the presentation. Your input will help us greatly, and it will kind of help us point to where we can start and which roadways need the most of our attention. So let's talk about public safety, another kind of public safety. The Concord Police Department continues to develop new technology to enhance its public safety mission. In March, the department launched the Real-Time Intelligence Center, RTIC, and this marks the completion of two significant public strategic safety initiatives, RTIC and DFR, or Drones as First Responders. The City Council remains committed to investing in technology so that police response is effective, efficient, and data-driven. Drone technology gives responders visual information earlier in an incident, and this can improve decision-making before officers arrive or while they're en route. And it supports de-escalation strategies. The automated license plate readers, or ALPRs, and camera infrastructure systems are the most valuable part of a coordinated effort, which is the purpose of the Real-Time Intelligence Center. Centralizing technology can also help improve public safety control and compliance. It creates consistent use standards and clearer ownership over policy, access, and audit practices. I want to applaud our police department for following best practices in their implementation of technology. These include, yes, let's go ahead. So those implementation practices are written processes, defined data practices, and formal coordination as critical components of new information sharing technology. And last night, the City Council heard a robust update from the police chief. And DFR, Drones as First Responders, that program kicked off in September. And we have one thing that might be interesting to many people is that there is a public transparency portal for all of our DFR flights on the City Council website. Simply put, drones will help CPD clear a much higher percentage of its cases and it is a productivity tool. At the heart of the Concord Police Department is a deep-rooted commitment to community policing, a philosophy built on the belief that our city is safest when our officers and residents share a bond of mutual trust and respect. CPD doesn't just patrol our streets, our sworn officers actively work to ensure every interaction is meant to build relationships. They are prioritizing human connections, and proactive service builds the foundation of safety through partnership. They do it by building trust through play with events like the soccer clinic, which pairs youth with former professional and collegiate players, and the bike rodeo, which is hosted by New Hope Church, and that's coming up on May 2nd. They do it also by bringing people together. CPD loves bringing the community together, from the very successful Police Officers Association Trunk or Treat to local coffee or ice cream with a cop at local businesses. They also do it by supporting families in need. Our officers support programs like the Monumental Toy Drive, Shop with a Cop, and the Holiday Heroes program. Coordinated by our school resource officers, these provide essential meals and gifts to students and families who need them. These aren't just events, they are building blocks of a stronger, more united Concord, where our police department is a true partner in every sense of the word. So please join me in expressing our appreciation for them. Concord is a welcoming and inclusive city. We welcome and support individuals and families of all types and at all stages of life. In 2017 and again in 2021, the Concord City Council passed an inclusive city resolution affirming the city's commitment to being a welcoming, inclusive, and supportive community to all. And I want to address some concerns that we are hearing in the community and that we are aware of the presence of ICE, Federal Immigration Customs Enforcement officers in our community. The Concord Police Department is dedicated to serving and protecting all members of our community, regardless of immigration status. In compliance with California state law and the department's existing policy, our officers do not engage or do not enforce federal civil immigration laws. They don't detain individuals based solely on immigration status, and they don't conduct immigration raids. Their focus is on public safety, building trust, and ensuring that everyone feels safe, reporting crimes, and also seeking assistance when needed. In 2024, the City Council passed the Homeless Strategic Plan, and through last year, we allocated one-time funds totaling $5.4 million to 5 community-based organizations to help us implement that plan. Those grantees include NAMI of Contra Costa. Yeah, I think some of the organizations are here, maybe all of them. Northern California Family Center, Veterans Accession House, Kaminar, and Hope Solutions. A few months ago, Kaminar, in collaboration with NAMI Contra Costa, Loaves and Fishes of Contra Costa, White Pony Express, Rhoda Care, First Christian Church of Concord, and Pleasant Hill Seventh-day Adventist launched the Mobile Dignity Center, a one-stop hub providing essential services to our unhoused community. These services include case management, rapid rehousing referrals, hot meals, mental health support, periodic medical care, and access to food and hot showers. The cornerstone of the Mobile Dignity Center is the shower trailer. The selected time frames was purposefully, it's Thursdays from 3 to 8, it was purposefully chosen so that families of school-aged children could also take advantage of the services. Volunteers are welcome as well. They are, anytime, they're not going to turn anyone away who wants to help with this project. So I will ask you, the next time you take a shower, consider what a hot shower means to you. For many of us, it's a moment of comfort, privacy, and renewal. Now imagine going days, even weeks, without that simple dignity. For someone experiencing homelessness, a shower is much more than hygiene. A shower can restore dignity, improve health, and offer a powerful reminder that they are seen, valued, and cared for. And it's often the first step toward reconnecting with opportunity, stability, and hope. The good news is that in the most recent point in time count, it showed that the numbers of unhoused have dropped almost everywhere in the county. In Concord, the numbers have dropped by 43% from 2023 to 2025. The services that are being provided are a vital part of continuing that trend. And we have implemented a tracking of the services through a publicly available dashboard on the city website. We can't talk about homelessness without connecting it to housing and affordability. Constructive things are happening regarding housing in Concord, and there was a pun in there. Constructive. First, the City Council completed a 2-year process of proactively planning for a variety of housing types in areas with strong access to jobs, schools, transit, and services, supporting inclusive growth for all residents. Zoning overlays were implemented on 5 sites while preserving their existing zoning and uses. The high-density housing zoning enables property owners to add approximately 1,000 new units if they choose to, and that will help us meet our goals. Second, I will note that we're at the very early stages proceeding with the former Coast Guard property. At the right moment, I will be appointing an ad hoc committee of 2 of the City Council members to support this work. And finally, the 100% affordable Blue Oak Square project was completed and is almost fully occupied. In fact, it was oversubscribed when it first opened up. We're going to recognize them. The Blue Oak Square will be coming to the City Council at an upcoming meeting in May. And we'll hear from them and recognize them for Affordable Housing Month. We are taking our housing needs seriously in Concord, and Concord remains a place of interest for housing investors. I will add that I firmly believe in housing that's affordable for many reasons, not the least of which is because I firmly believe that the more disposable income Concord residents have, the better it will be for Concord businesses. Right. Concord Connect 2.0. Who uses Concord Connect? Show of hands. Maybe? Okay, it's a great tool. After 11 years of use, the Concord Connect mobile app is being updated to both comply with new ADA accessibility standards and to improve overall functionality and effectiveness. Concord Connect is a software platform that allows residents to report non-emergency community issues, such as potholes, graffiti, and broken streetlights. The reporting of that goes directly to departments at the city and make it easier. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's directly to city departments through an easy-to-use smartphone application, and it can also be used on the city's website if you're on a computer. It's a tool that can help all of us take care of the curb appeal of our city. And it's a tool that streamlines the workflow of our employees so that they can work efficiently. And here's a big announcement. Save the date. Concord Pedal Fest is coming to town, September 27th. In partnership between the city and community organizations, an inaugural bicycle festival is in the works. It promises to be fun for all ages and abilities, and I'm thrilled that we are able to bring this to our city. Concord Pedal Fest will feature a variety of family-friendly activities designed to be fun, interactive, and accessible for all ages. A short, simple bike circuit will connect two locations, Olympic High School, where the Bike Concord Bike Kitchen is at, and nearby Baldwin Park, which will allow the participants to ride between the two areas, creating an interactive bike festival experience. We will have live music and food trucks and hands-on bike skills courses. Maybe that's feet on. That should be feet on. And safety education as well. There will be activity and vendor booths, helmet fittings, and giveaways and demonstrations. And one demonstration that I'm hoping will happen is to include a Know Your Child's Bike. Is it a 10-speed or an e-moto? Maybe, Sethu, you can help me with that. So sponsorship opportunities are available. And there are plenty of ways for organizations and the broader community to get involved. If you'd like to learn more, please contact me or Kevin Cabral. And I believe our website went live today at concordpedalfest.com. And I'd also like to thank Marathon for agreeing just today to be a sponsor. So thank you, Marathon. As I close, I want to say it is an honor and a privilege to serve as mayor and on the city council. Concord is a truly special place. We are the largest city in Contra Costa County, yet we've never lost our sense of community. Nestled near the foothills of Mount Diablo, we are fortunate to live in a place that offers both opportunity and natural beauty. It's a city that continues to grow while staying grounded in the values that bring us together. But what makes Concord special isn't just our parks and our businesses, our roads, or our events. It's our people. It's the dedicated city staff working behind the scenes every single day, maintaining our roads, supporting our businesses, planning for the future, responding to emergencies, and delivering the services our community relies on every day. Much of their work happens quietly, without recognition, but it is essential to everything we've talked about tonight. To our city staff, thank you for your professionalism, your commitment, and your care for this community. Concord is stronger because of you. I also want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for hosting tonight's State of the City and your continued partnership. Your work supporting local businesses and fostering economic vitality helps move Concord forward. And to everyone here tonight, business leaders, community partners, residents, students, and friends, thank you for being a part of Concord's story. Strong cities are built by strong communities, and Concord's strength is its people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. That was wonderful. Great videos, James. The whole information was excellent. I think everybody can leave tonight, have closing their stand rings, and we appreciate that, you know, mine closed. So, again, thank you. Thanks for the support. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Don't forget to maybe take the photos of these first, and then we'll put our sponsors up. But feel free to mix, mingle, have another drink. We really appreciate the support from this community, what the city does, and our relationships with the city from the Concord Chamber. It means a lot. It means a lot to our businesses, and it means a lot to this community. So hopefully you found another partner in business, and thank you again for attending. Hope you liked our new format. You're going to see it again.